Hey everybody, welcome back to Jimia's Promo, and today is a very important day. We're talking about all of the tools that you need to know when you're mining helium. So in today's video, we will be talking about 5 different websites and then the Helium application itself. Now, all of these are just websites themselves. I have them saved as an icon on my screen, on my phone, so I'm able to open them extremely quick. I will be sharing all of these links below the video inside the description. So if you want to save them to your phone, just like this, you can. Or if you want to, you can save them to your browser on your computer or tablet. So the first one we'll talk about is Helium Place. This is the placement of putting your helium miners, making sure that they're not too close or too far apart from any other miner. We also have the Helium Status, so you can see if there's any issues with the blockchain or with API. You also have the Helium Explorer. Then this one right here is the Helium Sitebot. This is a place that you're able to take a look at all your hotspots. You can add it in. You can see all the other hotspots around you, how far away they are, but most importantly, how many rewards were rewarded in the last 24 hours. So you can see if it is a pretty high day, a low day, if you notice your numbers are kind of fluctuating, going up or down. And then the last one is something for anybody who is brand new and you're curious on how much you could possibly earn in your area. This is the earnings calculator. There's very few questions to answer, so it's very generic, basic answer, but it does do a pretty good job at kind of breaking things down, so then you know exactly where all these rewards could come from. So the first one that we'll talk about is going to be the Helium application itself. We're not going to go in depth. There's only one thing I do want to show you, and that is if you want to know how much you've earned from that particular mine. So if you wanted to, some people know this, some people don't, but you can tap on how much helium you have earned and it turns it into a monetary status. It'll show you how much in terms of dollars you have just got done mining. So if you want to take a look, sometimes it is kind of fun to look at this number rather than just the HNT numbers by themselves. So when you go through, you can see how much all of these little mines have been worth. And then if you do want to go back one screen, back to your home screen, you can see how much each hotspot has earned in the last 24 hours. So here is my homepage here. I have 3 hotspots that are connected. And so this is just showing us how much the 3 hotspots have made in the last 24 hours, and then each one broken down individually. Oh yeah, and if you guys are brand new here at the channel of Jimia's Promo and you appreciate this video so far, we're just getting into all these tips and tricks and all the tools that you need to know when you're mining your helium. Make sure you guys hit on that subscribe button as well as the bell for notifications to get notified for all future videos. So the first website that I want to show you, or the first tool, is Helium Place or Helium Placement. It's going to show you a map of all the other surrounding hotspots within the area, and it's going to let you know if it's a good placement or not. So really all you're going to see here is red, and then you're going to see green. So really, anytime that you would like to set up a hotspot, if you're brand new to maybe this area right here, a good spot could possibly be right up over in here, because you want to make sure that there's no other hotspot in the red area. Now, if there is a hotspot within this red area, that means it's within 300 to 350 meters. That means that your rewards will be going down. They'll be a little degraded. Instead of getting the full 1 reward, you might see rewards for a couple of them that could be at 0.5 or 0.6, so you're not getting the full reward off of it. Now let's say that we look at this hotspot right here. Let's take a look at its placement. You can see that there is 4 other hotspots in the green area. That is basically perfect. That's between 350 or 300 meters away from this hotspot here. So it's about 300 meters up to 600 meters away. So I've counted all these little hexagons inside of here, and when you count it, it's basically 300 meters and then the additional 300 meters. So this is the sweet spot. And I don't want it to be confusing where some people might be asking, will you only get rewards in the green area? And that is not true. You can get it in the red. It's going to be degraded. If you have it in the green, that is just the perfect placement. That's the incentive of spreading the network, having a good, strong signal, but you can still get all these rewards from all the surrounding hotspots in the area. You just want to make sure that you have the line of sight that's going to those furthest ones. So you can still get paid basically the same from this one right here all the way up to this one right here or that one right there, as long as there is a good line of sight. Now again, this green area is the sweet spot. That is if you can have a hotspot sitting here, and then you have a hotspot sitting here. And so as you keep on moving around and then you have another hotspot sitting there, you can just see that as long as it's in the green, you're just creating these hexagonal perfect, strong connections because there is a lot of terrain that could be in the way, a lot of buildings, trees, hills, things like that. So really the biggest key takeaway on this tool is to make sure that you don't really have any other hotspots within the red. If you do, they'll be degraded. You want to make sure that you can get one in the green. If not, this right here is still perfect, and that one right there is still perfect. As long as there's line of sight, you'll get rewarded basically the same between all three of these hotspots sitting there. It's just a perfect tool to take a look at to make sure that you're not going to put one too close. If you're debating if you should put one at this intersection, this little corner, you can see that right there, it's not the best placement. And if you could, which we all know it's really based on where you live or where you can put it, this would be perfect there. But you can just see if there's one that could possibly be degraded in terms of your rewards. So again, all of these will be listed below the video inside the description. So that one is Helium Place. This next one is Helium Status. This one is pretty important because this lets you know if there's any issues with blockchain, API, consensus groups, proof of coverage, routers, things like that. You can see if there's been any other past incidents. So back on April 12th, there was quite a few issues that was happening. Same thing. You can just see that there's a few days. The 12th was a pretty bad day. A lot of API issues. We also had some outage going on April 8th. April 7th, and this was really when there was so much growth that was happening. And sometimes too, there could be changes on the blockchain that could help the blockchain itself. So little changes could also bring it down a little bit. So you can see if it is operational, if it's not operational, you can go back. This is going back 30 days. So each of these lines will let you know. So it's been operational pretty perfectly, for almost the last week here. You rarely see any issues with blockchain, any issues with the consensus groups. And so this shows you also proof of coverage and router, things like that. So really API, it's not going to affect your mining at all. So you can still have issues. It just means that you can't really look at the app, or they might be changing things in the website, the Explorer, things like that. So if there's a problem with API, there's no issue with the blockchain, you're still mining, things like that. But I like to look at the status here and there just to see if anything has been slowed down that could be affecting the application of the Helium app or the Helium Explorer website. And speaking of the Helium Explorer, here is the Explorer. This is the biggest one. This is the one that you should always take a look at. It's going to show you the price right up over here. And if you notice that this one's kind of delayed, I always like to see this if this is saying like 5 minutes ago, 8 minutes ago. But if you see it almost 28, 30 minutes ago, maybe an hour ago, then you know that the API is slowing down just a little bit. This is going to show you all of the hotspots that is online and through the hotspots. As you scroll down, you can take a look at the coverage map, but this can also show you the top cities. If you want to take a look where your city is located, you can go through all of these pages here. Here's all of the different manufacturers. So you have the regular Helium hotspot. Here's the CalChip rack. You can see that there is over 8,000 added there. Here's Nebra. There's only 6. So a lot of people ask questions about Nebra. Well, they're not really out yet. These are just the test units. So once they actually just passed the FCC. So basically all these will be shipped out here, I believe, early this upcoming week. You can also see Syncrobit, which this is one that I do highly suggest. I'll be placing this one, the link below my video. I feel like not many people is really noticing Syncrobit, but it looks like they have a really good unit, a really good machine. So again, if you're looking for one that's going to come in pretty quick, you can take a look at Syncrobit. They will actually ship it, I believe, from Canada. And then here's Bobcat. This one, as you guys know, just recently got launched. They're from China. So there's over 1,200 that is listed there. Long AP, don't really know this one yet. This one was brand new. Smart Mimic, that's brand new that I haven't seen. Helium, the old one, the OG, 17,000 that is deployed. Here's a few of the latest hotspots. So yeah, this is a good place to, take a look to see, how well your city is doing. You can take a look at the map here. This is the main map that most people always take a look at. So if you are brand new, I guess we'll open this up just so I can show you what it looks like. So again, you tap on the map, and then through here, you just scroll over, and you can make it to where if you don't want to see those little offline hotspots, you can turn that off. Then as you scroll on in, you can just take a look at some of these here. Now, the thing about this one is you don't really know for sure if these ones are too close or not too close. You also have this one sitting over here. So this is where that Helium place or Helium placement will definitely benefit. Take a look here just to see how far away these two are, but also how far away those two are as well. And again, it's all going to be based on line of sight. So these things can easily go 10 miles if they want to. Now, this next tool that I want to show you is one that I feel to be almost just as important as the Helium Explorer, same as Helium Placement, and this one is Sitebot. So there's a lot of things you can do inside of Sitebot. You have your own dashboard, you can add in your own hotspots, so this way you can see all the other hotspots within your area and how far away that they are. But really, I like to take a look at this one almost 2 or 3 times a day, usually in the morning and then at night. Take a look at this right here. How many rewards were rewarded in the last 24 hours? Now, this is significant because Helium always gives out rewards that is 5 million HNT a month. No more, no less. There could be a small little throttle. If not, some blocks could be slower than other blocks, but they always make sure that there's 5 million rewards each and every month. Now, taking a look at this one, 24 hours, there was 97,800 rewarded. If you notice that your rewards are slower today, it's not as high as it usually is, this is the reason why. So if there's over or always 5 million helium each month, and let's just say we simply do it just by 30 days, that means that with 5 million rewarded a month, the average amount that there should be each and every single day is right around 166,000. Now again, we just got done taking a look and we noticed that it was just a little bit over 97,000 that was rewarded in the last 24 hours. So that means that there's, in the last 24 hours, about 68,000 less rewarded than what it should normally do on average. So that means that there's always a couple days where it could be low, but then here coming up in the next few days, we might be noticing some high reward days just because they have to catch up and meet the normal 5 million rewards each and every month. So this is how far below we are just for today alone. So in the future, I believe that we're going to see a few days that's going to be pretty good. Now, when you do head over to, let's say my hotspots, I have 3 of my hotspots added in. It's going to show me all the other ones that is around and how far away they are from me, just to make sure that my antenna is high enough and I have good clearance, things like that. Also, if I need to take a look at the 3 dBi or maybe the 5.8 dBi or the 8 or 9 dBi, if I needed to go a little bit more horizontal. And now this very last one, it's very generic. This is the earnings calculator, so it's not going to be exact. I would highly suggest that if you know for a fact you're going to add a hotspot next to 2 others, just go on the Helium Explorer app, take a look at a hotspot that has 2 near it, and take a look at their rewards. Go take a look at another one, see how their rewards are. If you know that you're going to be next to 4 of them, take a look at a hotspot that has 4 nearby just to see how they do. This one's going to be very generic, but it does kind of break it down for you to kind of get a little bit more better grasp of how much you should get of a few of the different rewards. So let's just say that we have a few that are next to us and you want to go to see results. So if you have a few, so here's the challenger reward. So you might get about 1.75 HNT. And so this right here, the challenger rewards, this one suffices for, or this one brings up 0.95% of the 5 million helium mined every month, divided between 27,121 hotspots plus a bonus. So you're going to see maybe roughly around 1.75. For the challengee, this one's going to come up to about 5.3% of the 5 million HNTs. And so really what you're going to see is maybe around 12. And then for witnessing is really where you earn a lot. That's, you're witnessing another hotspot putting up their proof of coverage. And so really you're just proving, yes, they are online, everything is looking good. So you get most of it by witnessing. That's why you want to have several around you, or at least just another one next to you so you can get those rewards. Consensus groups, this one right here is, it's very random if you're even able to be chosen. And then this right here, this is the data transfer reward. So 32.5% of the 5 million HNT minted every month. So this one, you're not going to really see too much yet. My guess is that you'll see this in the future. So as things change in the future, you'll be seeing a lot more when it comes down to data transfer versus some of the witnessing and challenges and stuff. But that's something to look forward to later on. So based on the below assumptions, this hotspot could earn around 66.37 heliums in total per month. And that's about $882 at its current price point of $13.30. So again, this number will always change based on whatever helium is trading at. So if there's a few around you, you'd be able to make $882. So this one is pretty close to being a little accurate. I do have 2 hotspots that are close together. They're within the sweet spot of each other. And I'd say that each one individually could easily get 66 heliums. But again, it's all just going to be based on kind of assumptions and things like that. So this is just a little calculator you can take a look at if you want to. When you read all of these, you can see, you know, where they're kind of coming from, things like that. So really, this was all I wanted to show off in today's video, was to show off that you can switch it from Helium over into monetary inside of the Helium application, the placement of where you should place your hotspot miners, the status of the blockchain, the API, things like that, if there's any type of issues, the Helium Explorer, which is the most important one. That's where you take a look at the map where everybody is located, or all the hotspots are located, things like that. Also, your Sitebot, just to make sure the rewards are there, if it's high, if it's low, and then the earnings calculator for anybody who's new, or if you plan on adding more and more hotspots, you can keep adding more and more to that calculator if you want to. But I hope you guys have found this video to be beneficial. Again, I wanted to show all of it on my phone just to show you how simple and easy this is just to do it on the go. You don't need your computer, you don't need a tablet or laptop, whatever. You can look at all of these on a larger screen if you want to, but I'm always on my phone all day, every day, so I just call these my tools more than really my websites. When I go to the website, I just save it onto my home screen, and then I put it inside of this folder. It's actually fairly simple. But other than that, I hope you guys have liked this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Subscribe right over here on the very bottom left-hand side. And if you like this video, then more than likely you'll also like this video. And I'll see you guys later.